I usually sing a song about this time today. This is a song, but it's a little bit different, and I hope you like it. Listen closely to what it says, not how I sound. It's titled, Guilty of Love. Order in the court. Would you bring the prisoner forth, please? And what, sir, is your name? And he said, Jesus of Nazareth. You're accused of healing on the Sabbath day, and many other things the rulers and elders do say. And they say that your disciples plucked corn on the Sabbath day and did eat, and that ye yourselves sat with sinners at meat, and what have you to say? But he kept silent that day. But wait, let's see what the witnesses have to say. My name is Barnabas, and I was blind and could not see the light of day. Oh, but I can see today because of him. And there was another, and he said I was a leper. I was one of the 10, and I've come back this final time just to glorify him. These testimonies and many more were known of all that were present there that day. But the crowd began to cry, Crucify! He is guilty, and he must die. So they took him away to a place called Calvary, and nailed him to an old rugged cross between two thieves. For the jury had found Jesus guilty of love in the first degree. Guilty of love in the first degree. So he had to go to Calvary, where he shed his last drop of blood for me. And the jury found him guilty of love in first degree. As he stood there in the judgment hall that day, I find no fault in him, Pilate did say. Angry crowds set Barabbas free. But they found Jesus guilty of love in the first degree. No greater love has any man than to give his own life for a friend, and he shed his last drop of blood for me when the jury found him guilty of love in the first degree. Guilty of love in the first degree. So he had to go to Calvary, where he shed his last drop of blood for me. And the jury found him guilty of love in the first degree. Yes, Jesus loved us enough that he went to Calvary. He freely went to Calvary and bled and died and suffered on that cross and all the rejections, because he loved me, because he loved you, so he could set us free from sin and things that was against us, and to save us and make us his own, and wash us in his own precious blood, as showed that flowed on Calvary, on the Calvary's cross, with his arms outstretched, and nails in his hands and feet. He did that for you and me. When you're trying to figure out how he much loved us, just picture Jesus, our Savior, hanging on the cross, made from a tree, where he gave his last drop of blood for you and for me.